Hello, Internet. How is everybody today? I will be honest and say I don't feel great. Like I'm not like sick. I just kind of have like general ick. Does that make sense? Like I have a headache and I'm like nauseous from it. So it's like this general yuckiness feeling. So I'm not 100% right now, but I'm here because, reading isn't really a contact sport. So it'll be easy enough to do even if I don't feel top notch. So, hi, everybody. How are you? It is Monday. We're starting the week off right with some reading sprints. Hey, Brian, how are you? Hey, Whitney. I'm happy you're here. Ashley, hello, my dear. Sharon, hello. Whew. So anyway, yeah, I'm just kind of I have like a low grade headache I've had all day. Medicine is not helping it. And like it's not gonna turn into a migraine, but like it's threatening. You know what I mean? For anyone who has migraines, you know what that place is where you're like, I know this one's not gonna be a migraine, but like it's just gonna piss me off. So that's kind of where I am. I'm just not feeling super good. Hello. Still reading Babel, 67% through. Great. Hey, Amy. Hello, Paula. How are you? Hello. Good evening. Hello, hello. Hey, Helen. Hi. Yep. It's just one of those things. Thank you. Yeah, it's not like I'm sick. It's like a headache that's like painful and it's making me nauseous from having a headache all day. One of those. So, I mean, it could be worse. I could be actually like sick. I just feel generally yucky. So, it could be worse than it is. Still reading Daughter of No Worlds and also Spare by Prince Henry. Okay, great job, Caitlin. Oh, well, thank you. I appreciate it. It is what it is. I'm taking care of myself. It's just, like, I don't know, like, I've talked about my sinus issues for a long time, and, like, I know I had surgery on them to, like, rebuild them, but, like, they will still swell up with allergies. They just don't swell shut anymore. So, it fixed one problem. Like, I can breathe, but it doesn't stop them from, like, swelling when I'm having allergies and giving me a headache. So that's what's going on here. And it's like the rain finally stopped, so like all of the pollen is out. So I think it's just like a combination of a lot of things all going on at once. Hey, Alicia, how are you? Finished Praise by Sarah Kate about an hour ago. Okay, so you're gonna start something new for these. Love that. Thanks, Beth. I appreciate it. I'm fine. I just feel generally gross. Well, how did you like it? Praise by Sarah Kate. Thank you so much, Whitney. I really appreciate that. I figured reading is quiet and like not gonna like hurt me any worse. So I'm like, this is a perfect activity. Like if I wanted to go exercise, like I would just be deceased. Like it would not work out. I think reading is a safe activity. You finished Hellbent. Okay. Moved on to Highest Bidder by Sarah Kate. Oh, another Sarah Kate. Okay. Devoured Praise, halfway through Eyes on Me. Okay, everyone's reading Sarah Kate stuff. Okay. Hey, Melissa, you're reading Gabriel Fallen by K.A. Tucker. Very cool. Everyone's got like a lot of cool stuff over here. Personally, I am reading Secretly Yours by Tessa Bailey. It's a fluffy rom-com, and I love a fluffy rom-com. They are my faves. So I am this amount of the way through it. Like, I don't know, like 60% of the way through ish. But yeah, I'm very much enjoying it so far because it's Tessa Bailey and she writes some grade A smut. Although this one is less, I've seen smuttier books, you know? They've only really had like one smutty scene. but well, maybe not. I don't know. It's fairly smutty, but it's also really like funny because Tessa Bailey is super funny in her books. And I really like Julian, our male lead. I like him so much. He is my favorite. Like he's very much like a nice person. Like he cares about other people. He wants to help people who are sad and make him happy again. But the way he goes about it almost feels like a villain. So I'm like, I like this dichotomy he has going on because this same personality trait could be put into a villain and it would work. So I'm like living for Julian. I really like his thought process. Like someone else is flirting with this girl. Oh, shoot, what's her name again? Hallie. And he's like, I'm just gonna have to kill him. That's what I'm doing with my afternoon. Like, can I kill him? Yeah, I'm gonna kill him. That's this whole thought process. And then he's like, oh, Hallie frowned. I have to do something right now because she can't frown. She is made out of sunshine and she smells like cinnamon. So he's just very much obsessed with her and like trying to make her happy all the time, but also kind of a grump. So like, I really like him. I think he is fun. I have been missing things in the comments. What is going on? Beth, it's your birthday. Holy smokes. Happy birthday, Beth. I love that. Well, thank you for coming and hanging out on your B-Day. I appreciate it. I hope you're also going to be doing something fun. Drinking coffee, had fried mushrooms. Okay, very cool. Thanks, Sarah. Yeah, I'm just blah. That's about how I feel today. That's exactly it. I do audiobooks for everything because I can't focus otherwise. So I definitely have those. Is ready to go. Witches Steeped in Gold. Ooh, I've heard good things about that, Ashley. I hope you're enjoying it. And all of the birthday wishes for Beth. Love that. You're reading Mad Kestrel by Misty Massey. Ooh, swashbuckling pirate fantasy. Shut up. I love that. Anytime the word swashbuckling is used, like I get very excited. I don't know what it is. It just makes me happy. Oop. Reading a thriller, The Writing Retreat. So far it's good. It's pretty creepy. Okay, nice. I think I read the blurb on that and then nothing else. What is this? I have to think about what this book is called. It's by Chuck Palahniuk, and it's also like a writing retreat that gets demented. I can't remember what it is. It came out like probably 20 years ago, but yeah, there's one like that's what I think of when I think of that book. Oh, so you loved Praise by Sarah Kate. Love that. More birthday wishes for Beth. Happy birthday. Salacious Players Club. Oh, there you go. Lots of Sarah Kate in the comments. There you go. Oh, this one? Yes. I am having so much fun with it. I am thoroughly enjoying it. I pre-ordered it. I didn't even care what it was about because it was Tessa Bailey. I've already pre-ordered the next book of this series before I even got this one. So they're both coming my way. It takes place in Napa. So it's like the wine country. There's a lot of like wine stuff going on. So like it's an Amanda book. I am very much enjoying it. More birthday wishes for Beth. Thank you. I appreciate that. But yes, happy birthday. I am honored that you came and like hung out with us. I love that. So happy birthday. I'm so happy. Yes, more birthday wishes for Beth. It's a chonker. Okay, 150 pages in. Fair. Hey, Cassie, how are you? So anyway, I am trying my best to not like quit because I like feel generally blah, but like I need to do reading. I have to finish this today. Like I can't read it for another day. Not that I don't enjoy it. I'm very much enjoying it. It's just I have several more books to read, hopefully by the end of the month. And if I don't finish this today, that ain't happening. That's where I am in life. Ooh, fingers crossed it works out. Who knows? Treasure Island. I did that for Drunk Classics a while ago. I hope you're enjoying it, John. Silver and gold anniversaries. It's your Medicare birthday. Nice. I mean, get on it. It's great. Like, oh, my t-shirt. Hold on. Mythical Beasts. It kind of reminds me of like Goosebumps. So, yeah, that's my shirt for today. But yes, Medicare, like, say what you want about Medicare. I think it's awesome. My mom had her, like, she had a heart attack and a stroke a few years ago, but like with Medicare, we paid almost nothing for her hospital stay. I am a big fan. Like on a serious note for a minute. Did I finish the book club book? Still on the Cat Sebastian one. Definitely am ready to share my thoughts on Daughter of No Worlds. Yes, so thank you for bringing that up, Cassie. Our patron and channel member book club is on Wednesday, same time, same place. And yeah, we read 2 books this month. I read both of them. It was The Perfect Crimes of Marion Hayes by Cat Sebastian and Daughter of No Worlds by Clarissa Broadbent. I read both. I have thoughts. I definitely want to talk about it in the live show, but I did finish both of them and I liked both of them to differing degrees. So we'll find out. Woo! But she read so well. Okay, that's the Sarah Kate book, right? I loved Undercover Bromance. I think it's my favorite one of that series. I loved it so much. It's my favorite one. Yes, Haunted. Thank you, Brian. I could not remember it because, like, I went through, like, I don't know. I still love Chuck Palahniuk, but like, I used to read all his books all the time. But it was probably 20 years ago. Oh my God! Just saying that out loud is a lot, but not like almost like 15 years ago, I'll say, because I was just like pounding them back. I read his whole collection. And yeah, Haunted is demented, but it's also a writer's retreat. Long John Silver makes the story for me. Yeah, like here's the thing. Like I really didn't know anything about Treasure Island when I read it for Drunk Classics. I didn't know Long John Silver was like a real thing. Like I know it was like a seafood restaurant, like fast food. And I knew like it was a thing, but I didn't know it was from that. So I was like, oh my gosh, it's Long John Silver? He's here. Like, so that was like my fun realization. But yeah, he's a rascal of a character. Yay, thank you. Hit a reading slump and embraced your Snickers reading concept. Yes, thank you. I think everybody already knows the Snickers concept, so we'll just leave it alone. But I'm happy you got out of your reading, your reading slump. Usually for me, it's like historical romance or like a fluffy rom-com. Gets me out of it because they're like, I don't have to like put a lot of effort in. Sharon Vance, you're gonna binge the rest of the series in April. Very cool. Yay! Love this one. Love it. Ooh, very bad week. Ooh, no. Oh no. I'm so sorry to hear that. You get some rest, definitely. Luckily, reading is not a contact sport. So if this is helping you relax, I'm very happy. But yes, take the time you need, obviously. I hope you feel better. I'm going to read Cat Sebastian eventually. Library. Yeah, I hate waiting for library holds, or then you'll have a bunch on hold and they all come in at the same time. That's a whole thing. But yeah, no, I really liked it. I got it from the library too, actually. Fun fact. But Cat Sebastian's great. It's basically historical romance, but like everybody's bisexual. So it's real fun. Black Sails. Okay. Or what's that other one? Our Flag Means Death, which I recommend if anyone hasn't watched it yet. Very fun. Hi, William. How are you? All right. We have been talking for approximately 15 minutes. Let me I didn't set this up. I was not feeling top notch. So let me get this ready. My little duck man. Okay. All right. So let's do a sprint because it's been about 15 minutes and we shall do a sprint. That's all I got. I'm gonna share. Let's get our Duckman friend up. So we're gonna do a 30 and we're gonna start it right now. Hello, everybody. Try to be gentle when we first come back from a sprint because it's all quiet and then it's all loud all of a sudden. But hi. Hello, everybody. I've taken off my sweatshirt. That's my big reveal. Anyway, hi, everybody. How are you? Oh, I didn't know Bethany was doing her chapter 3 tonight. Well, cool. Thank you for coming and hanging out for just a little bit on your B day, Beth. Thank you. Yeah. We're sending you healing vibes. Hey, Griselda, how are you? Yeah. I made sure I got to like a good place where it had like a little break, the little flowers. I was like, okay, I can stop. But yeah, I don't know. I'm almost done, I guess. It's 346 pages and I'm on page 273, so I'm pretty close to done. 2 pages. Oh, you got a new kit in? Oh my goodness. Oh, well, I hope it's going well. 30 pages in the middle of a ship battle. Oh, that's a horrible place to stop. Any big action scene or any smutty scene is a horrible place to stop right in the middle. Both of them give you blue balls for different reasons. Anyway, on that note, hi, everybody. I am feeling a little bit better. I think just hanging out with everybody and like reading quietly is helping. Also, like looking away from a computer screen for like 30 minutes and just looking at pages, I feel like helped a bit because I've been looking at a computer screen all day for work. So I think that's the culprit that's making my head hurt. Anyway, I swallowed weird. Made to 115. Great job, John. 15 more pages of Babel. Excellent work. Yes, Kitten. We want Kitten updates. Went well for the first meet. She's black. We've named her Persephone. Sharon. I love it. New chapter only 69%. Nice. I'm mature. Amy, you read 56 pages of Catching Fire, hoping to finish it tonight and start Mockingjay. Oh, okay. Is this a reread or a first read? Hunger Games. Oh man, I remember I read those years ago. I think I was reading them like in 2012 or so. Yeah, I think so. I don't know, because I remember the movies were coming out right when I started like dating Greg. That was, oh God, that was like 2012. So that was a while ago. I have, oh, hi John. I have them every week. Most of the time on Mondays, sometimes on Wednesdays, depending on certain factors. But yeah, every week I try to do sprints because it's a good time. I'm going to be reading anyways. I might as well hang out with everybody too. So it's always a good time and it's a fun comment section, I think. Persephone. Oh, I want to see her on Wednesday. Sharon, if you're going to be at book club, I want to see this cat. I am very excited for that. My cat is going to the vet on Wednesday morning. He has a bump. I don't know. He has a lump. He has a lump. I don't know what it is. It's unnerving when he has a lump. So he's going to the vet. They're going to check it out and remove it, I guess, because, you know, if it doesn't belong on the cat, it should not be on the cat. So that's where I am. Oh, my little guy. A reread. Okay. 5th grade. I am an old. I was a bit older than that when I read them, but I'm glad that you're rereading them and you're enjoying them. I love that for you. I don't have one. And I always say that because it's easy to have a favorite book when you've read like 10 books. But like I've read like thousands of books. Like I can't like pick one of them. So I have multiple favorites. Like I have a lot of books that I'm like, oh, that's a favorite because I like it a lot. But I don't have the number one favorite, and I don't think I ever will unless I find it. But until right now, I do not have a favorite. It's hard to pick when you read a lot of things. Like a favorite song is like there's millions of songs. Like it's really hard just to pick one, you know? Yes, kitten time. I want to see that cat. Yeah, I am an old. It's okay. I'm not that old, but like I was older than fifth grade when those books came out. Yeah, he is not his first bump. He had other bumps before, and most of the time they're benign. I think there's only one that was like questionable, but like he just gets bumps. He's old. Well, he's an old too. Um, I got him. He is 13 years old. Yeah, because I was. Yeah, he was. I remember the summer I got him. He's 13 years old, so he's a bit of an older kitty. Let's see. Thank you, Ashley. I appreciate it. He's not his first bump, but if he has a bump, he should get it removed because bumps don't belong on cats. So he's going to the vets. He's going to get it taken off, hopefully, and be fine. Although it's like right on like his back. So like I don't think he'll need a donut, like a little donut or cone thing, because he can't lick his back. So I think he'll enjoy not having to wear a donut around his head this time. So there's that. I wish I could say yes, but I don't really reread books either. There's too many books in the world to come back to read them. Yeah, I don't. There's a lot of books I like, and I not necessarily I go back and reread them, but I got a lot of them. A favorite classic? Well, I'm just kind of like I read classics, you know, like in high school, and then like I started drunk classics, but I don't know. My favorite drunk classics book I read was Pride and Prejudice because I had a ball with that. Like the drama, I was living for it. Like I want to gasp at things when I'm reading. I want to go, oh, scandal. Like I want to feel like that. And like Pride and Prejudice was giving it to me. There's been a lot that I found were really, really fun though. But I remember that's the one I come back to quite a bit. He's a gentleman kitty of a certain age, not horribly old. Yes, he's a weird little guy. Last time he went to the vet for a bump, like the vet was like, yeah, you know, because he's inbred is what she said. Apparently, how he looks, he has a lot of recessive genes that you would only get if two parents both had those recessive genes, and it's likely his parents were related. So that kind of checks. Honestly, he's a weird little guy. But I literally found him. He was like this big, and I found him in my yard, and I waited so long to see if the mom cat was going to come back because, you know, sometimes they're like moving their kittens and, you know, it takes a time, but like I waited for a while and that cat did not come back. So I guess this is how you get a cat. you just find one most of the time. I think that's kind of how everyone gets a cat. Like they just decide they live with you. So that's kind of how it was. Oh, there you go. Reread all the time. I'm watching BookTube and found all these new books. Yep. There's just so many new books all the time that I don't have time to go back and reread. Although I did one reread recently, and it was for a video. So it was not just for funsies. But I went back and reread Casino Royale by Ian Fleming. Guess what, Helen? You were the one like really encouraging me on this, and I really thank you for that because I actually filmed it. My video for Casino Royale is officially filmed. I did it yesterday. I have not even touched it to start editing it. But it exists. It has been filmed. And yeah, I'm starting a James Bond recap series on the channel because I love James Bond my whole life. So Yes. It's gonna happen. Casino Royale has been filmed, so it's gonna get, like, kind of like the Anne Rice treatment, but, like, James Bond, so it's gonna be fun, I think. I really like the books. I'm gonna get way too geeky into them, and it's gonna be, like, awkward, but, like, I'm gonna have a good time. Anyway. Oh, a cat, yep. Definitely. Gentleman of a certain age, probably royal because his parents are related. Nipped off because praise caused a serious hangover. Okay, that's fine. Sending her vibes so she can, like, sometimes you just need a night to recover. Totally get that. Handful of books 3 times. Oh, okay. There you go. 3 is like your limit. You're like, no, I'm good at 3. Okay. I don't think I've read any book 3 times. I've read a few books 2 times, and think that's kind of where I rarely, if ever, reread something. Your cat. Ooh, okay, wasn't planning on adopting, but stuck in traffic, saw a notice of cat available for adoption. Yep, that would do it. Made phone calls next day for info. 20 minutes later, all over. Oh, Mamie cat. That's so cute. I love that. Oh, yes. Casino Royale has been filmed. It is real. It's happening. It's happening. I still have to edit it. I haven't even touched the footage. It's like 61 minutes of footage raw, which is like usually the amount of raw footage I have for any recap of like a book. Like Anne Rice books, usually it's about 60 minutes of raw footage, and then I edit it down to 40 or less for a whole book because I feel like anything over that, no one wants to bother with it anymore. So I'll have to edit. I do multiple takes, so it's not that hard. So many times. Beauty by Robin McKinley. Okay. I've only read Pride and Prejudice 1 time. I've seen the movie, and the movie's pretty good adaptation, but yeah, I've only read it once. Yeah, same. Black Beauty, like 20 times. Oh my word. Were you a horse girl? I know, like, there's a lot of kids in like elementary school when they were obsessed with horses and they all read Black Beauty. I don't think I read it. I might have, but if I did, I have like no recollection of it. Harlequin Regency called The Devil's Dare. Ooh, okay. Very cool. The movies. Ones after filming. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot that they could do. Like, all of the Flemings have been made into a film. Not all of the films follow the book at all. Like Moonraker they don't go to space in the book. It has nothing to do with that. So it's very different. Octopussy is a completely different story. The Spy Who Loved Me is a completely different story. They're very different. But there are, several authors who took up the James Bond mantle. And I just read Colonel Sun by Kingsley Amis. And for real, if you haven't read it, check it out. It's actually really good. And it, like, paragraph, so many passages of that book are literally like taken directly out of it and put into the movie Spectre. So I feel like Spectre was trying to be Colonel Sun, and Colonel Sun is the bad guy in that, but instead they made it Blofeld because they finally got the rights back to Spectre, which they lost for decades. They finally got Spectre back, and they're like, we're using it now. So I think they just kind of swapped out the characters, but Christoph Waltz, his portrayal of Blofeld feels very much like Colonel Sun in that book. Like, there's whole passages directly word for word, like quotes from Colonel Sun, like him talking as Christoph Waltz is saying him in there, which I was like astonished. I didn't know that was going to happen. So don't get me started on James Bond. I get too nerdy with it when there's a lot of good stuff. And, eventually they'll make another one. I don't know when. There you go. Horse girl for life. I remember like I remember in the elementary school, like the horse girls, they would like gallop around. They would like gallop. That's like a thing they did. That was always fun. Ella Enchanted multiple times. The first 4 Harry Potter books. Okay. Right? Right. Ian Fleming also wrote Chitty Chitty Bang Bang. People write a lot of things. It's weird. Scrambled egg breakfast. Yeah, I mean, James Bond in New York. Like, sometimes they just kind of get incorporated into movies every once in a while. But yeah, there's not all of them are great. The musical and the movie are interesting. Oh, Chitty Chitty Bang Bang. I was like, there's a musical James Bond? Sorry, I don't know why I lost the thread of that conversation, but I was like, does James Bond have a musical? Why did I not know? We made jumps. Yes, the gallops. I love that for you. I don't know. Okay. I know who I want, but I doubt it's going to happen. I want Regé-Jean Page as James Bond. I feel like he could do it. I'm very intrigued by that. Regé-Jean Page is from Bridgerton, but he has a lot of boxing scenes in that. So yeah, he could fight. He's in a movie right now carrying a sword around. So I don't feel like he would be odd with the action, but he's like suave as fuck. Like, I think he'd be so good. And I know they were talking about Aaron Taylor Johnson for like a hot second. And like, I don't see it, but like, I don't, whenever there's casting news, I never try to judge it because like I've been wrong before. Like when Heath Ledger got cast as the Joker and everyone was just like, ew, why? And then we saw the first trailer and we're like, oh, okay, that's why. Like he's really good. So usually I'll like trust their judgment. But that's the only news I had heard, that they were like screen testing Aaron Taylor Johnson, which I'm like, I don't know, maybe, I don't know. We'll see. She-Ra, all right. Favorite James Bond? Controversially, I like Daniel Craig. I said what I said. I said what I said. If you're going off the book, because the book it's a spy thriller, but it's actually more of a like a moody book about feelings in the end. I feel like Daniel Craig's storyline and how he acted the part felt the most like the character in the books. So I said what I said. If I'm going just off like vibe, the suaveness, the confidence, obviously Sean Connery. But if I'm going off of someone like emoting and like giving James Bond some fucking life, I said what I said. Daniel Craig. I like him the best. Right? What would that be? I want it so bad now. Thank you. He'd be so good. I'm so into him. He has the sex appeal. Like we saw Bridgerton. He banged all over that show. So it's like he has all of like the things you would need. I don't know if he could do it, but like I feel like he could. I don't know. That's my pick. I don't know if it's gonna happen though. Yeah, right. James Bond musical. Yes, he's in that one. He's swinging a sword around. He's totally a paladin. Like he could fight. He could fight and stuff. Yeah, I think he's just a little too old now because like they're trying to go someone early 30s. That's the last news I heard, especially because like James Bond, he's like 35 in the book. So I think they're trying to go a little younger, and Henry Cavill's a bit too old at this point. But I mean, he doesn't look old, so perhaps. Yeah, Henry Cavill. Also a good pick. I like Daniel Craig a lot. Technically, yes. Although Ian Fleming added that into the books because he liked Sean Connery. He's like, oh, you're Scottish. Like, I'm going to make Bond Scottish. He very famously incorporates a lot of things into his books. Like, oh, Sean Connery is Scottish. I'm going to make James Scottish. Or Um, like the Walther PPK, that was from a fan letter. And he was because James Bond always carried a Beretta, and some fan wrote in and said like, a spy should carry a Walther PPK. It's much better. And he's like, you know what? You're right. I'm going to write that in. So there you go. Oh, really? Okay. My favorite Skyfall. I like that one the best. No Time to Die is brilliant for a narrative perspective. I love it. I think it's brilliant, and nobody fucking wanted it. Sorry, it's been out for a while. They kill off James Bond, and no one wants that to happen ever. Like, fans aren't going to be happy, but I think it is brilliant as a story. So I think it's really good. Oh, the Walther PPK fan letter. And also, Sean Connery is Scottish, so he's like, oh, I'm going to make him Scottish. Yeah. I mean, it's a good one. It's, it's small and it packs a punch. It's perfect for him. But anyway, we have been talking so much about James Bond, and I will talk about James Bond until everyone is sick of hearing about it. Don't get me started. But yeah, I'm like obsessed with James Bond. Like my whole life, I've always been watching the movies my whole life, and then I finally read the books, and I love them. So I'm obsessed. Austin Powers. I mean, they're fun. That's okay. I mean, a lot of them are streaming right now between like HBO Max. I think they have like 10 of the movies. I mean, there's 25. There's a lot. But I think they have like 10, and like other services have a few others. So you can like maybe watch some. Like I think HBO Max has most of the Sean Connery. I think they have all of the Sean Connery films actually. So you could start off if you wanted. I mean, they're still good to this day. They're good films. I'm assuming the recent one. I think it also 2005, I believe that came out. Because I know Skyfall was 2012. And yeah, so I think it's 2005 that came out. But I'm assuming no one likes the spoof. Yay! I know. I was just like, I don't know if there's a lot of overlap in my audience. Because it's like, I don't know. It's not usually what I'm doing, but I'm like, there has to be someone else who likes it because I'm obsessed with it and I'm part of my audience. So yay. I love the movies. Greg and I watched all of them last summer, like a rewatch of all of them. So like we like went in. Well, we even watched the off-brand one. Never Say Never Again, which came out opposite Octopussy in the 80s, that had Sean Connery in it. He did a James Bond film that wasn't with Eon Pictures. And I'm like, was there beef there? Like, what is the beef? Like, they put out two opposite production companies did a James Bond film the same year. Oh my gosh, the drama, the gasp factor is high there. But basically, they lost the rights to Thunderball, which is one of my all-time favorite books and movies. I love Thunderball. It's awesome. But they lost the rights to it because Ian Fleming wrote it with another writer. And so the writer maintained the rights, and then that's why they couldn't use Spectre or Blofeld anymore for several decades because they were introduced in Thunderball. So, yeah. And then the guy who owned Thunderball in the 80s went to a different production company, and he just wrote Thunderball again, but bad. He just made bad Thunderball, and they called it Never Say Never Again. Like, Sean Connery is so old. He's so old in it, and like wearing the worst toupee. It is not good. Anyway, yeah, we even watched that one. Yikes. I know. There's had to be beef there. Yeah. I mean, I know like Dr. No, Diamonds Are Forever, You Only Live Twice. Those three I know for a fact are on HBO Max. And I think there's another one by Connery. Oh, Thunderball. Thunderball's on there too, on HBO Max. They don't have this. They don't have the Spy Who no, they don't have From Russia with Love or Goldfinger, which are like arguably the best ones. I mean, I like Thunderball personally, but that's just because I like Thunderball. anyway, anyway, okay. I've been talking too long. Let's do a sprint. We're here to do sprints, not talk about James Bond. What am I doing with myself? Okay. Let me find my duck friend. Okay. All right. So let me do a screen share. We're going to bring back our duck friend. Let's do a 30. Let's do it. We've been chatting too long about James Bond, and I will go on forever about it. I have to wrangle myself. All right, let's do a 30-minute sprint, and then we will come back and wrap up for the evening. And let's go. Hello, everybody. Very gentle coming back from the sprint. So that was our second sprint for the night. I got a fair amount of this. I'm like, I'm so close to done. I don't know. I'm like 90% done. I got like that much left. Not very much left. But yes, I was reading Secretly Yours by Tessa Bailey, and I very much like it. So I'm going to finish it tonight, definitely, because I have other books I need to read before the end of the month. But I liked it. Let's see. Oh, you can? Okay. I think I rented it when we watched it over summer from Amazon or somewhere. You can rent it, but it's not like it's the off-brand version. 1983 film The Return of the Man from U.N.C.L.E. Oh, okay. I didn't know that. Bye, Whitney. Sweet dreams. It's a little earlier out here on the West Coast. One of the James Bond movies. It was a Daniel Craig one, but I don't remember which. Do you remember what happened in it? I can point you in the right direction. Luna, hello. Grocery store one, but I'm here. Hello. Hi. 30 pages, great work. 21, awesome work, John. 11% in, great job, Ryan. 8% down, almost to the end, great job, Sharon. I love seeing everyone's progress. Like everyone's getting it all done. I didn't count how many pages I read. I don't know, like 50. That's usually my like average is about 50 pages. So roundabout. But yeah, I really, really like it. My headache's also kind of going away. Again, I think it's because I'm not staring at computer screens the whole time. I like look away for a bit and it seems to be helping. So there's that. Okay, sorry. It's sparkling water, so if you swallow it too fast and all the bubbles, I'm okay. I can drink sometimes. 71 pages? Holy shit. I must have loved this book as a kid. Yeah. I mean, it is like, you know, it's a YA, so maybe you could read more, or maybe you're just a fast reader. Anyway, 71 is impressive. 8 pages, switch between 2 books. Great job. Anyway, it's been a night of reading sprints. I started off feeling generally kind of blah, and I feel a little less blah now. So there's that. I think a contributing factor is getting to hang out with everybody because it makes me happy. And yeah. So again, for everybody here, patron/channel member book club is on Wednesday at 5. We read 2 books this month. We had a double feature, which was The Perfect Crimes of Marion Hayes by Cat Sebastian and Daughter of No Worlds by Clarissa Broadbent. So it was a double feature. We read both. Well, I read both, but everyone, you know, you could read both or none or one. It doesn't matter. I'm not very strict on rules. But that's on Wednesday. And then I'll have a new video on Saturday. And there are some fun things coming in the future. I'm starting a James Bond series. We just talked about James Bond for so long in between sprints. But I will be doing a James Bond recap series, which I'm quite excited about. So good times. Let's see. And you really enjoy YA books. Okay, great. 12 pages of babble, about 150 pages left. Okay, so you're like getting to the finish line. You can kind of see it in the distance. Okay, great job. Have you read or seen who I consider the American James Bond, Jason Bourne? I've seen all the movies and I love the movies. I bought the books at a library book sale, so I got them. And I might do like a Jason Bourne series, but like I don't know when it's going to happen. But I have the books with the potential of reading them at one point. Although I always call Felix Leiter the American James Bond. But you know, Jason Bourne is probably moodier to fit James. I love Felix. He's my favorite character. For anyone who's like seen the movies or read the books, Felix Leiter is like James Bond's bestie, and he's like an American agent in the CIA for a little bit. And then he's kind of just like a Pinkerton for the rest of the series. But I love him. I love when they hang out because they get into like some shenanigans together. Yeah, Felix Leiter. I love him. 80% and not ready for all the crap that's fixing to happen. Fair. Yay, Wednesday. I did post the links for everybody. I have to post it on YouTube. I have not posted it. I posted on Patreon, and then this happened. So it'll be up shortly for channel members. There you go. I remember liking it. I saw them in the movie theater. Like, I was really into them. And then, like, it's been a minute since I've seen them. I'd want to do a rewatch. $3.99 at a thrift store. There you go. Nice. I got so many like vintage James Bond books at my local used bookstore because I just went in on a random day and they had a whole end cap full of like vintage James Bond books from like the 60s, like those like pulpy paperbacks. And I was like, oh my God, I bought the whole end cap. I know I've spoken about this before, but I've never like bought an entire end cap, and I feel like the bookseller was taken aback because she's like, "Oh, I guess I'll make a new end cap because I just bought everything." Anyway, okay, the Bourne books are way different than the movies. Yeah, I agree. Like, from a narrative perspective, I think it's brilliant. From a fan perspective, no one fucking wanted to see that. What are you doing? Like, no one wants that. It's a brilliant decision that no one wanted. Leitner and character Dr. No. Yeah, you know what? I think Jack Lord probably looks the most like how they describe Felix Leiter in the books. But yeah, I wish they had more like bestie adventures because they get into like so many shenanigans with each other throughout the books. And I wish those were in the movies because it's so fun seeing them just be like idiots. They're so broy and I love it. Yeah, on Instagram. Yeah, I bought the whole end cap. Like the vintage James Bonds. Yeah. I just found another one like over the weekend. I went to a library book sale and I found one. I think it was like an old edition of From Russia with Love. And I think it got printed after the Dalton era. So I'm assuming like the early 90s. So it's like a weird cover. It's a hardback. And I was like, oh, yes. Like when you find them, it's a find because you can't always find them in a lot of places, especially the Fleming ones. You can find like John Gardner at a lot of used bookstores for the most part because he wrote so many. But yeah, it's hard to find Flemings at a used bookstore. But yeah, I found one. I was like, oh, yes. Someone I didn't have multiple copies of yet. Let's see. The actor became Gordon in the Batman. Did he? I only saw the Batman one time and I don't remember a lot of it. I remember it was ridiculous. Like the Robert Pattinson just walked some shit off. Like, didn't he like rib cage himself into a bridge and just walked away? Like, no, your lungs are mush, sir. I couldn't like suspend disbelief anymore at that point. And yeah, it was just a lot. And also they only had like 3 songs in the soundtrack and they just kept repeating the same Nirvana song over and over again. And I'm like, can you have another song? There's problems with that movie. Yeah, pretty much. There's Pussy Galore and Honey Rider, all of them. That's how it is. So they need to have those adventures like the Marvel extras. I would love that. They like in the books, they get in, like they steal a plane at one point, like in Thunderball, James and Felix steal a plane. And they're literally like, oh shit, they're coming. And they're like running away in a plane. And not from like bad guys, from the guy who owns the plane. They're just getting into broy adventures, and I love them. Thunderball is my favorite book of the series. It's my favorite. I am. When I met Greg, the boyfriend, we quoted the Han and Leia scene, so that's how I knew he was a keeper. So yes, big Star Wars fan as well. But yeah, I have many interests that are quite nerdy, and I don't always like put them on the internet, but I'm gonna start doing that eventually. So I will have some James Bond stuff. I'm gonna continue on with the Anne Rice stuff as well. So, because I want to finish the series and do all the videos and everything, and whenever the like seasons of the TV shows come back, I'll definitely do recaps again. But I think that's probably going to happen in like October is when Interview with the Vampire will come back. So I'm very excited for it. It was so good. So many bombshells. So yeah, that's kind of what's on deck for now. But anyway, hi everybody. We've been going at this for almost 2 hours now. And I'm going to start wrapping it up for the evening. I'm actually less of a nerd because I haven't read any of the Star Wars books in detail. Like I've skimmed a little bit. Like I'm more of a film Star Wars fan. I know, whatever. I don't need to prove my fandom. I just haven't read the books in any great detail to have a favorite. But yeah, maybe someday. I don't know. I'm always weird about like books that came out, books that are based on movies rather movies that are based on books. You know what I mean? Like I feel like it went the wrong direction. But I'm sure they're good. I know there's a lot of good stuff in them. Nice. Oh, The Expanse. Have you read isn't The Expanse based on Leviathan Wakes by James S.A. Corey? I think it is, right? I don't know what happens. I haven't seen The Expanse, but I have read Leviathan Wakes, and it's another fungus zombie book. There's a lot of fungus zombies in pop culture right now. So you've been warned if that's not your thing, but there's fungus zombies in it. But yeah. Anyway, we're coming at the 2-hour mark. I'm going to start wrapping it up for the evening. Probably try to put some dinner in my body. Anyway. Oh, yay. Merrick, I will be reading it in April. So sneak peek. My TBR is coming out shortly, video. But I am reading Merrick in April. So there will be a video in April. I'm not sure what days in April I'm going to read it, but it's coming. Yay. Okay. Yes. Okay, good. Thank you. It is Leviathan Wakes. The series really, it's kind of good. I really liked Leviathan Wakes, actually. So I've read the book, but I haven't seen the movie or the TV show. Anyway, I'm going to wrap up, get some dinner in my body, and then go about my evening. But thank you all for coming and hanging out with me and being nerds for reading sprints. It was a good time. And I'll be back again next week with more reading sprints for everybody. And yeah. And also, oh, okay. Thank you. I shall let it fly. Yay. Okay. So I'll be back next week with more reading sprints. And for the evening, thank you for coming. I appreciate it. Yeah. I'm just going to say goodbye to everybody for today. Thank you for coming and hanging out with me when I didn't feel good and reading books with me. I love it. Yes. Good night, everybody. Have a good week. And I will see you all shortly or next week or sometime. I'll see you. All right. Thank you, guys. Goodbye.